All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to my channel, Fresh Potato. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about this. And this, and then also I be thinking at times like award shows, they might be rigged. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people might already know. But I'm like, fam, what? Because Welcome to Derry, that came out like that was like earlier this year, though, right? I don't think it was something last year. Hold on first. They might start it last year, then end it this year, but let me see real quick. Okay, so it did, yeah, it premiered last year, and then I think the final episode had to have come out sometime. No, actually it was all within 2025. So dang, man, it was that long ago. I Man, all right. Well, I guess, but anyways, Welcome to Derry probably was the most talked about show last year. Now, I'm not saying you need to shower the show with a bunch of awards, but I'm just saying like I felt like that there wasn't really. I mean, there are some shows that were being talked about last year. I ain't gonna lie, like, but I feel like Welcome to Derry had to have been the most popular show. I mean, to have it where it's like there are people that like they're using the theme song for like memes on social media and then posting edits, and I'm saying like, yeah, there is stuff like I ain't gonna spoil because I know some people might have not watched the show and you are all like, well, I just want to see what the show is about for myself, so I ain't gonna spoil, but there were, I think, yeah, it's like okay, well, I know that there's gonna probably be some like major deaths in the show and stuff, and it's all like, wait a minute, but it's about kids. I'm like, wait, what happens? I'm gonna just leave that for you guys to watch, all right? But anyways, yeah, but there was one death in there where I was like, wow. But I mean there was quite a few different deaths that happened in that show where I was like, they don't care about them kids. I was like, wow, this show. Cause like, see, that was one thing that I had always paid attention to growing up was that you never really see nothing happen to kids in movies. Like, yeah, you might see like a movie here and there and stuff. And I had to say, I think like the first time I remember it was when it was The Walking Dead, when that show very first came out, and Rick had, but she was a zombie though, so it wasn't like he actually had killed a kid and stuff. But no, yeah, I was like, dang, man. I mean, why I it's a kid, but technically the kid's already dead, so he ain't really killing the kid. He killing the zombie or a walker and stuff. So, but yeah, no, Welcome to Derry. They said, nah, them kids is alive, but they gonna be done dealing with Pennywise and stuff. Yeah, I just felt like it was like it's one of those shows where if they do, because I am hoping that they do that because they okay, so I'm just have like some side shows because I was like, I again not spoiling the show, but there's characters in the show where I'm like, I would like to see how their story went about and stuff. So yeah, man, I'm like, I just think that, it only being nominated for 2 Emmys and stuff, I'm like, nah, bruh, you gotta do more than that. I just felt like that there was a lot going on with this show where I'm like, 2 Emmys, like, yeah, I mean, I mean, even just to have the nominations, still, I'm like, yeah, like multi Emmy nominated or however they word it and stuff. I'm like, I guess the take that victory and stuff, but yeah, at the same time, I'm like, bro, come on now, they need more. But I'm like, I ain't seen it one too many times though with like movies and TV shows where you see like other stuff get nominated, and it's like I didn't even hear about that. Like I think it was the Oscars where they were naming out some movies, and I'm like, that movie came out. I'm like, I didn't even know that was even a movie. Like, if somebody would be all like, "Oh, hey, did you hear about that?" I'm like, you're gonna have to educate me because I ain't seen no commercials, I ain't seen no YouTube videos, I ain't seen no tweets, no TikToks, no Instagram, and it trips me out where it's like you'll see stuff that don't like the fans. You don't see like where people be making edits and all these other different things of the shows, and then yeah, and it'd be like the most popular show, and then it's like only a few nominations with whatever awards. I'm like, yeah, I'm like at times them shows, them I'm telling you, them award shows be seeming like they seem rigged. They seem like they is rigged, fixed, something ain't right with it. All right. So, but yeah, hopefully maybe it's like some more award shows come out, it's like, yeah, they get acknowledged for the good show that it is and stuff. I know I can't wait for season 2. I'm like, that's definitely one thing for sure. I'm like, yeah, I think that there's definitely a lot that they can do with the show, and that's why I'm like, yeah, I'm all for it, man. It's like it's one of those things where it's just, yeah, I gotta see some more. I might just even watch the first season and stuff. Because Welcome to Derry, I can tell you guys right now, So because I remember when they were coming out with It Chapter One, and I was like, oh, okay, I never really sat down and watched the old It movies and stuff, or yeah, the It movie and things. So I'm like, all right, I'm curious to see how it goes down and stuff. I seen Chapter One, and I was like, wow, that was that was crazy. I mean, even that first part of the movie, not gonna spoil it, but I'm pretty sure if you did see It Chapter One, and it's like again involving a kid, and I'm like, man, like I ain't gonna at least like tell you guys what happened. I'm just gonna let you just see it for yourself. But for those that do know what happened, that was, I had to say, where I was like, oh, it's those types of movies. Okay. I'm like, man, I if that's what they want to do, that's what they gonna do and stuff. And then yeah, then It Chapter Two, I had to say between them two, that was my favorite. Like if I had to like name it off, It Chapter Two will probably be my favorite. Welcome to Derry will be second, and then It Chapter One will be third. Because I do like the Chapter One. I'm like, it did start it all and stuff. So I'm like, you're like a high three. It ain't no like low three. Like, oh, you don't matter. Like I watch It Chapter One any day of the week. Welcome to Derry. I'm like, it was a lot longer, but each episode seemed like it could have been its own like movie and stuff. Like it was like kind of like some fill-in episodes, but then for the most part, I'm like, where at least stuff that was happening in the episodes where I'm like, nah, but it was still good though. I'm like, yeah, every episode, in my opinion, was pretty good. And It Chapter Two, I was like, man, yeah, it was wild. There was a lot of different things that was going on in there, but yeah, man, I like it. I'm like, this, and then yeah, the guy that plays as Pennywise. Hold on for a second, let me look his because I do have Bill Skarsgård. I think that's how you say his last name at least, because I it has like a emblem thing above the A, so I don't know if it's like a different pronunciation for it and stuff. But either way, regardless, he's somebody where I'm like, I know have that man at like attractions. Yeah, they I wonder if it's owned by like Universal Studios or something. Hold on, based on it. I don't well, that's the book, so yeah, I don't think it's they don't say like who exact. Oh, Warner Brothers and HBO. So it's like, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, if it's on, I'm like, they should definitely have like an attraction of some sort. I think that would be cool though, like have it where it's like, yeah, they could even take place in Maine. Where it's like a Pennywise attraction and stuff, So I'm saying, Steve, I heard Stephen King, like I don't know if he still does, but I just remember hearing that when I was younger that he would deck his house out for Halloween. So I'm like, no, that should be a thing, rent out a small town or something, or recreate the town if the town already is, because I don't know if they use like CGI. Like at times I can't be telling in things. So but no, yeah, they should do that, some sort of attraction. But getting back to these award shows, I'm like, yeah, bro, it Welcome to Dairy should definitely get more than just two Emmys and stuff. But what's been done has already been done. They ain't gonna change it. So yeah, it's just, I guess, looking forward to the other award shows and stuff. But anyways, yeah, with that being said, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and peace.